Hey, Callum, can you trade with me so I can evolve my Machoke?
I literally just closed my 3DS and I honestly can't be bothered. Why the fuck is trade evolution the only way to evolve certain Pokemon? Like, it'd be fine to have as an alternative, but I just hate how some people will never be able to use a Machamp or Alakazam or whatever the fuck just because they can't trade. We should make a video talking about how shit they are.
Okay, so does that mean I won't get my Machamp?
Today Woop and I are going to talk about evolution methods we think are bad. And not only that, we're going to give them an alternative method Game Freak could use for them.
Seriously though, can I get my Machamp please?
Why? Do you just like that he has 4 arms? Is it to make up for how Wooper has none?
Do not.
Okay, anyways. Most of the Pokemon on this list evolve through trade evolution. I know trade evolutions have gotten easier now, since you can trade with anyone across the world, and we know that the original concept of Pokemon was to trade and play with friends, but I don't think adding an alternative way to get a certain Pokemon would hurt.
Please remember that this video is all in good fun, and we're just sharing our ideas with you guys. We don't actually hate these trade evolutions, and we doubt any of these changes will ever be made, but we can dream, right?
And with that, let's get into number 1. Let's start off nice and simple. The first evolution method I think they could change is Kadabra's trade evolution.
An alternative way to evolve Kadabra could be by giving him the Twisted Spoon as a held item and just simply leveling him up, or make it so that he has to hold the Twisted Spoon and have Kinesis.
Kinesis is a move that Kadabra can learn at level 1, which is actually impossible, so you'll have to go to the move relearner, which is usually quite deep in Pokemon games, meaning it won't be likely you'll get a level 17 Alakazam. And let's be real, Kinesis isn't going to get used any other way. It's the worst version of Flash, which Alakazam learns!
Callum, you okay there, bud?
Yeah, I just get heated when I'm talking about Pokemon. So for the second alternative evolution, we have Machoke. Originally, we were gonna say just level him up by holding the Power Bell or some item like that, but we quickly realized that evolution method would get boring fast.
So instead, we decided we'd go with the route of having it learn a certain move before you can evolve it. For Machoke, it would only make sense to give it Cross Chop, since when it uses Cross Chop, it chops with its arms, so more arms equals more power.
Plus, Machoke doesn't learn Cross Chop till around level 40, meaning you'll have to work for that Machamp. Like you should.
So does this mean I can get my Machamp now?
I swear to God if you don't shut the fuck up.
Another method of trade involves trading with certain held items. There are about 15 cases of this within Pokemon, but for sanity's sake, we're not going to go into each one.
Instead of just listing off each individual Pokemon and boring you, here's a picture of all the Pokemon that evolved by being traded with an item. You got that? Good.
So instead of trading them with these items, it could be tweaked so they just need to level up with them or have them used on them like a stone, except for Porygon and Porygon 2. We have different plans for those guys. Or those ducks.
Porygon and Porygon 2. To evolve Porygon into Porygon 2, we figured we'd keep it simple and just use the upgrade on Porygon to evolve him into Porygon 2.
Wow, that is a lot of 2s. When it comes to evolving Porygon 2 into Porygon Z, we thought it'd be cool to involve the PC somehow, since these species of Pokemon are, well, the virtual Pokemon. They're literally virtual, and so is a PC. Callum, you could probably cut this part out.
Why can't you do it? I thought you were good at cutting. Oh wait, that's right, you don't have any arms. We decided giving Porygon 2 the dubious disc to hold while he sits in the PC for X amount of time would be a cool and unique way to evolve. And it would have the Shedinja effect where he just sort of shows up out of nowhere and it's a nice surprise.
These next two are just a huge waste of time in my opinion. I hate having to take my Eevee into the middle of a blizzard or out into some creepy old forest just to level it up around some specific stone that I could probably take a chip off of and take with me anywhere.
For Glaceon and Leafeon, we had the idea of finally giving the people what they want. Stones. Leafeon already has the Leaf Stone. It's not like an outrageous demand we're making here.
Also, in the last batch of Sun and Moon information we got, in the Spanish trailer, an image of an ice stone was revealed, so we could finally evolve them both by stone instead of needing some other stone in the middle of nowhere.
Evolving Larvesta into Volcarona takes way too long. Level 59? Seriously? I'm all up for a challenge, don't get me wrong, but that's ridiculous. I'd be a bit more understanding if it were a 3-stage evolution.
The Generation Volcarona was introduced, Generation 5, by the way. The highest level Pokemon you'll face in the main story is Getsis, who has a level 54 Hydreigon, which is illegal, by the way.
It seems a bit ridiculous that if you were able to give a Larvesta in the main story, that it wouldn't be fully evolved unless you were over-leveled. And let's be real, nobody really cares about the after game, at least in black and white version. So an alternative way to evolve a Larvesta would be awesome. An easy alternative method could be just using the Sunstone, since it is the Sun Pokemon. And that is our list of ways we believe Pokemon could evolve differently. If you have any other ideas for our list, or even your own, remember to leave them in the comments. I love the unique ideas you guys come up with.
Hey, Callum.
If you say one word about that fucking Machamp, I swear.
No, I was just gonna ask you to tell the viewers about the video we did over on my channel.
Oh yeah, Woop and I discussed new ways we think Pokemon could evolve in Sun and Moon, which actually required us to invent our own Pokemon in some cases.
So if that video sounds interesting to you, there's a link to it on screen, or if you're on mobile, it'll be at the top of the description. Hope to see you over there.
Don't forget to like the video before you leave. Thanks.
Just complete the Pokedex. It's been around since the very beginning, and it can happen in many different ways. Over the years, Pokemon has introduced many new evolutions, as well as evolution methods. So we decided to come up with 10 new ways Pokemon could evolve in Sun and Moon.